Hi guys, welcome back to episode 6 of God King. Last episode we portrayed our refugees and captured two of them, one whom we've executed, and the other Patton here we're going to recruit. So let's get right into it. So really focusing on converting Patton up to our ideology, and she's getting quite close. Which is nice to see. Got Kevin doing lots of cooking, which is nice, and we've got a war merchant approaching from one of the tribal factions. Got a bunch of wargs for sale, but nothing really we're going to be interested in, I don't think. And we've got a fire starting spree from Nerl. He's a pyromaniac, or she is a pyromaniac, sorry. So it's to be expected. And they should be on constructing. Okay. I'm gonna move Naz as well, who has actually been converted. So we're gonna focus on recruiting her up. Focus on chatting with her. Okay. Gonna change Noel's. Yep, we have done. Gonna change her off ground, and have her focus on constructing up our new rich area as well. Gonna get rid of this ritual spot here as well. And while this war merchant here is here as well, we're going to open up this ancient tome and see what's inside. So inside there's a scyther and a pikeman, which actually isn't going to be too tricky for us to take out on our own. I'm going to have Sharon bait some shots. And run for his life towards these towards this caravan, and they are very kindly going to deal with it for us. There we are, that first scyther dealt with. The pikeman's not going to be anywhere near as much of an issue, so once Sharon's all healed up, we can send some people in to deal with that. And we've got a request for compensated fighting for goodwill, which we're not going to want. So we do actually want to change our reward preferences here. We don't want goodwill from any of the tribal factions, only the two industrial factions. And then we don't want honour or goodwill from the Imperials. Okay. So once Sharon's all healed up, the next thing we're going to want to do is send him on a quest to get some more guns for us. So it's 1.3 days to the nearest base. Actually, while I think of it, we do need to put a pen marker as well in this area. Can make that out of granite and have Nell do that immediately. Oh, and he keeps failing it. Very annoyingly. And we do need to change this. Oh, it is changed back to -9. Perfect. Okay. So, our 2 alpaca. Gonna need, who is our handler? Kevin. Gonna need Kevin to work on them. And we've got an infection. Sharon. So Sharon is going to be set to #1 bed rest. And off self-tend. And also we're going to have medicine be used on him. Because we really don't want him to die. That would be catastrophic for us. So have Maurice tend to him in a moment. And we've got some visitors as well. Some Psychite tea. Okay. I'm gonna get on tending. And I'm gonna see if alpacas are unfortunately not a riding animal. That's okay. So the game keeps pausing there because we're moving close to this pikeman. So actually, just going to have our people queue up and attack that. Okay. So we're not sure who's going to be in these pods here. But we do have the crate which we can open up. With a charge rifle in it. Very nice. I'm going to have that. Going to need more stockpiles in. But we're going to want to have that hauled in ASAP. As well as these components. Okay. And we're going to see who our shooters are. So Decker is going to want to be a shooter. Once Sherilyn has have him drop his heavy SMG and just give that straight over to Decker. And we actually don't want Sherilyn to be doctoring either, we just want him in bed. So looking at our doctor, we actually don't want him doctoring full stop. Okay. He is more immune than the infection, which is nice to see. We'll put Decker second in our queue. Okay, and we've had donkeys join. This is very good actually, because donkeys are rideable. So that will speed our map speed up quite a bit. So once Kevin's finished cooking, hopefully he'll handle them back into our pen. There we go. Just saw them making love there. So we're going to have a baby donkey on the way. Okay. So Sharon is far enough above his infection now that we're going to have him prioritise on chatting. And delivering a meal while he's coming back. So we've got Sam is unsuppressed. So once Sam awakes, we're going to have to resuppress him. And I'm going to want Sharon to be interested in only tailoring. Okay, got immunity developed, so we'll get him off bed resting. And a bulk goods trader. Which is bringing some things that we might want to buy. So we'll have them traded with. Okay, I'm going to sell the lizard and bird skin. Advanced components we're going to hang on to for when we get fabrication. But we're going to buy these horses and sell them our alpaca. Okay. It's looking fine. It's most of our gold actually going. But horses do provide the fastest caravan riding speed. Okay. We are going to have 1,000 and a bit gold left over, so I'm going to accept that, trading all of our animals for these 2 horses. And if we look at the nutritional information, we do have enough nutrition to have these guys in here. Okay, Merle is focusing on getting this wall up for our new rich area, and we're going to move, once this is finished, we're probably going to move the bedrooms to over this side. So we'll work that out afterwards. Okay. So these guys are leaving the map because of a dangerous temperature. And actually we've got extreme heat stroke on pattern. So we're going to want to have a cooler built. We're going to build it here and hope that enough temperature is going to seep through. Okay. And I'm just going to have Sharon stand in the doorway for now. And that's really cooled it down. That's good. Okay. I'm going to put a vent in the doorway here. It will cause us some issues because it's going to change all of these rooms to prisoner rooms. And we've got some rare thrumbo as well. They'll be worth hunting up in a moment. Okay, I'm going to change these 2 beds here to prisoner beds for now. And unassign these for prisoners. You can prioritise chatting. then capture, take to bed, work on this vent, and then reassign this for prisoners. And again, capture and take to bed. Okay, there we are. So much cooler now. Not going to be struggling with heat stroke. I'm sure I'm converting. There we are. So hunting an iguana. We actually probably could hunt this ostrich instead. As we got the charge rifle. There we are. And we've got a Psychic Soothe female. Okay, so got 2 guns now. It's fairly decent. And we've got 3 logging work sites nearby us. Might be worth hitting once Decker's all finished. Okay, this is dying in 4 hours, so that's fine by us. Just going to lead it back towards our base. And there we are. Okay, not got any space left for corpses, so we're going to add a little stockpile zone here. Clear all and allow fresh corpses of animals and people. And we'll get Bob Herberus to carry this back for us. Okay. So who is struggling with ambrosia addictions? Only Nerl currently. But yeah, ambrosia's not particularly difficult to get over, so that's fine. Okay. Nice, we've got another war merchant. Again, as it's a tribal war merchant, there's nothing that we're really going to want to buy. But what we are going to want to do is set Sharon and Decker with our horses. And some meals. Oh, we will want some rice actually for the horses as well as all of our silver and a flak vest to head out. So we'll send that. Kevin going to be butchering up these animals. Okay. So we've got a 0% sleeve full rate per day on Maurice, which is nice. got this ritual area made up now, so we're going to want to get the altar as our next thing. Got Decker, Sad Wandering. Going to trade with Theol and see what they've got. Okay. So, got some hens and roosters. It's quite nice. A reprocessor's stomach. We've not got a lot of money to shop with, so we really want to focus on getting probably a better melee weapon. Okay. These steel helmets are going to be good to buy, so we can always do with more helmets. And this axe as well we're going to buy. The Uranium Gladius. Uranium's very good for blunt weapons, but not so good for sharp weapons. So this axe here is almost as good and quite a lot cheaper. Okay, I'm going to accept that, and we're going to attack this logging worksite on the way back. Come back with a bunch of wood. We're going to have Null on the craft as his fourth thing. Okay. Let's start thinking about a bedroom then. So a corridor would look like this. And we've got a one of the new trees. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce this. A Gualentine pod. We've got info about the Ido rifle in a tribal village as well. So we're going to have a look at that quest. Okay. So have a look at the position for the village. Perfect. So we can hit that on our way back as well. The pod has sprouted. I'm going to have it harvested up by Kevin. Kevin's harvested it up, and we unfortunately didn't get anything. Okay. Finch has been dealt quite a hit. Okay, we're going to have to run here. Decker back up and ready to help. Unfortunately not being of much use, and Finch has been downed, which is very good for us. Okay, we're going to outflank white on either side. There we are, and he's been killed. Okay, going to want to quickly get all of these doors. And have a peek in all of these rooms. And there we are. Okay, let's get these corpses opened up. And there we are. And we can reform our caravan. Like that. Gonna want to keep the prisoner. All of this wood is what we came for. The steel knife is only normal, so we can leave that. None of this looking that good, so we're going to take a couple of the bodies. Oh, only one. And all of the pemmican. Okay, send that. And enter our home village. Cargo pods of corn. Dropping in for us. And gonna need to work on enslaving Kevin, sorry. Soon enough. Okay, who's our second best warden? So Kevin is capable of wardening. He's not happy about it though. Alright. Okay, let's have a think about these bedrooms here. I'm going to have these 3x3 corridors as so. So maybe like this, with could perhaps do this like based off this kind of shape. Actually, I'm going to want those spaces in between. Like this. So that's what we'll base our room off. I've only got 2 space in between here, so I'm gonna have these beds set back into the wall here. Okay. Possibly the whole row of beds. I'm not quite sure yet. And that will be the room for colonists. That's 14 long. And then we're going to just duplicate the shape there. Have a slave room as well. Okay. Excuse me. Got a medical emergency on Patton. Starving to death. So we could take her to bed and prioritise feeding her straight away, as well as delivering food for Naz, who's also starving. Okay, we can have Sharon. We've got no place to store this ambrosia. He's developed an addiction for it. Can have him pick up 3 ambrosia. He's going to escort prisoner Finch back. And Finch, we're going to have to convert as well. Get on that. Okay. Got an axe here for Operabris, as well as a helmet. And for Decca, we're going to give her the gun link. do with a bit more space again. A bit more storage space inside. Okay. Got Shoot Frenzy on Decker. And Sharon is going to hunt up an ostrich for us. There we are. Okay. Both of our prisoners are have nothing to do currently. So we're going to extend our... So we're going to change this to... what have we got? Got a lot of slate, sorry. We're going to have both of them on... making slate blocks, or any stone box, sorry, in this radius. And we've got another addiction. Okay. So Maurice as a slave and Sam was as a slave. So he takes off his simple steel helmet. I'm going to give that to Patton when she's released and converted. Okay, the slave collar, we're going to allow any resources, and the slave body strap, we're also going to allow leather. Okay. So we've got all of our people wanting a high flesh knower. So yeah, it's going to be very important for us to get one of these prisons converted. And we've got a psychic ship. It's got 2 pikemen, 2 dices around it, and it's attacking men. Okay. Got a good amount of slate coming up now. These blueprints each requiring 20 though, however, so got quite a way to go with that. Got Decker, who is our full-time researcher, just researching away. And yeah, we'll think about where we're going to put our research room. So we'll probably put our research room with our hospital. We're going to need 5, 7 long. So perhaps here, like this. Obviously not building any of this now, as we don't know how it's going to be finalised. But we are hauling a good amount of chunks back to be crafted up into blocks. So when we do decide, we'll have plenty of stuff. Okay. Got these slave body straps almost finished, and we're gonna, after they're finished, we're gonna get pants and a button-down shirt made until we've got one spare, which has good hit points. And again, do until you have 95 hit points. So where's this button-down shirt? Got 4. Tainted, tainted. Oh, got 6, sorry. Tainted. This one is not tainted. There we are. Okay, got very low percentages now, only 21%, so very close to being converted now. I'm going to have to start thinking about a large perimeter wall. So what I'm going to do for now is just go around the area with the sand, so we get as little sand in our zone as possible. And we've got Naz has had a crisis of belief, which is not good for us. We're going to want to get her out of there as soon as possible. And Maurice is in a daze. And an ambrosia addiction. It's all going on. Okay. I'm going to put this wall here at the top. Actually, we'll go something like this. See if we can go around as much of this as possible. That looks fine. And then down the bottom here, we're going to connect to this granite meteor, over to the slate, and then all the way up, like so. I want to put a couple of doors in, put one there, one there, one there, and connecting this way. We'll want to go probably along this bit and down to the ancient danger. So get this marked here. Like that. Again, putting a couple of granite doors in there. And then across like this. Giving enough space, and then connecting the dots here as well. Like that. Bam, bam. Let's get Sam wearing his new clothes. And we've got another Ambrosia binge. Okay, so this puts his suppression full rate to 0, which is very nice for us. Get Null to get rid of this shopping cart. So that means that we can have him, we can get him to a high suppression, and then we won't have to worry about him rebelling at a later date. Okay, so I think the last thing we're going to do this episode is got a Mad Boom Rat. So yeah, as I was saying, the last thing we're going to want to do this episode is I'm going to shoot them. Is go and see what the village wanted to see. And we're going to go with Decker. And we've also got the drone hack to do. Okay. And Pattern going berserk. Gonna capture these prisoners back up. And tend to Null as well. Very nice. So now, yes, we're just waiting on Sharon to snap out of his mental state. There we are. Get him to convert one last time before we go. And then I'm going to put a zone here as well for meals. So we can haul some meals into the prisoners for when we're gone. Okay, so let's quickly get this, the 2 mares and our 2 travellers, taking just simple meals, bit of rice, bit of medicine, and that'll do us perfectly. And a visitor's arriving as well, a tribal with a new pen. Our drone's intensified, so Sharon's going to be having a rougher time. Same with Kevin. So we'll deal with that fairly soon. I guess investigate this worshipful village. Okay, so we're allowed to stay for 10 hours. Only 2 people here. And we're going to want to shoot them. There we are. Because they're going to be upset with us. Let's shoot Viper, get behind these rocks, and shoot Rem. Okay, Rem's dead. And again, we're going to flank both sides. So Decker, the one taking the hits. Well, Sharon can get behind and deal with him. I'm going to claim this door and get Decker to hack the terminal as quickly as she can. And then we'll get out of here. I'm can have these bodies stripped as well. Don't want to keep the clothes on them. Okay, we've got the information we want, and we're just going to head home. I'm going to take the 2 corpses as usual, and any food. And there we are. Quest was so easy actually, we might just do the drone hack as well. Oh, actually, we are at the 45-minute mark, so we'll leave that for next episode. But thank you very much for watching this far, if you have. We've got quite a lot done this episode. It's been quite a productive episode. Yeah. I'm going to put Sharon on handling quickly to rope in these 2 animals. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I'll see you for the next one. Have a good one.